Hello everyone and welcome back to Solshow. I don't think I've been wearing my glasses for any of these. Welcome back to Solshow. We are reviewing Resident Evil Afterlife. This is the fourth entry in the Resident Evil franchise, and good God, let's just jump into the plot here. I like the opening of this film. It is a interesting opening because where the last film left off, we had the cliffhanger that Alice had a army of clones. Her army of clones, like Claire and them, went off to Alaska to hopefully find rescue, and she stayed behind. And she's gonna take down Umbrella with like a bunch of clones who we didn't know if they were like as strong as her or if they were just, like little petite slave clones. Apparently they're fucking badass. She either trained them or she made actual good clones that could fight, because first off we got that cold open. Very, very interesting stylistic choice there in Tokyo, Japan. I like when, we get into the base, we got Wesker trying to just keep a level head above his people as they're all dying left and right. But Alice and her clone army infiltrates the base. We never get like a whole shot with like a bunch of them. It's more like an espionage. You go here, you go there, and you all like do your little parts. I think that was more like a budget reason than the actual, or like they didn't want to make Mila do like 1,000 takes in 1,000 different things. Understandable. However, it doesn't subtract that the opening is badass as fuck. Within the helicopter, I don't know if this is a spoiler because it's in like the less than the third act, like the first 15 minutes or 20 or something like that. They introduce Wesker having this like this thing that destroys the T virus in Alice's blood, so it makes her into a regular human, and he gets her with it. He stabs her in the neck. We see a visual of her like extra special blood turning her back into human. That is completely dropped. All her superpowers, like she doesn't have like the vision powers anymore, but her like physical prowess and being able to do flips and jumps and perfect aim, all that like extra shit, still has it. In fact, all the characters in this movie seem to have it. I don't understand what's going on there. I guess if you're just in this franchise, you're just an A-list action star and everything just goes right, despite the fact that you're like a normal person apparently. Like they had it. They had like their excuse to do these stupid action scenes, and then they just ripped it away just to keep doing their same shit. I don't understand it. It's not like she did shit with her eyes anyway. Like it's not like she was taking out anybody with them. She took out like one dude through a camera and then like did a weird storm effect. That's it. You can just not do it. It's not a big deal. But we have the big showdown with her and Wesker at the beginning of this film. Wesker does not like to fucking die. He avoids death in this film like crazy. He almost dies like 2 or 3 times, and then at the end of this film, I know that like this is a spoiler, fast forward if you don't want to be spoiled, but he comes back. He gets killed in this film. And then I know he's going to come back in the later films. Like, they kill the fuck out of him in this film. And he still comes back. Like, I don't understand it. Like, I haven't seen, like, it's been a while since I've seen the last 2 films. But, like, God. Just say he's a clone. That's all you got to do. Just, he's a clone. Like, we have cloning technology. It would make sense for him to clone himself. Just say he's a clone. There's like 100 Weskers at all the Umbrella corporations or something. I don't know. But anyway, Alice, after having this showdown with Wesker and seemingly uprooting Umbrella, soon finds out that Umbrella is still at large. There's a big boat out there full of Umbrella dudes. We have this like cool showdown first where she goes to Alaska. She finds Claire. She's like mind controlled, so she snaps her out of that. She loses her memory. They go to this, they follow a radio signal and go to this big tower in the sky where a bunch of civilians are, still at large, still alive, and they're surrounded by zombies. Inside it's a prison, and within those prison walls there's a familiar prisoner who may or may not be somebody's character's sister. Wink. You can't see it because of the sun. I'm winking. Yeah, Chris Redfield is in this movie, and her and Claire, like, Claire doesn't remember him, so they have, like, this weird dichotomy. That will be picked up later. And that's pretty much the rest of the film from there on out. It's them trying to get to the boat, having another showdown with Wesker at the boat. A lot of zombie killing. You know, the zombies are running now. For whatever reason, the more their body decays, the faster their feet move. It's kind of weird. Again, we seem to kind of just be coming back to the fact that these movies know that they're cheesy as all hell. They're stupid as all hell. And it is loving every second of that. There's more slow-mo shots in this film than I think the entire franchise. This film was supposed to be in 3D, so there's a lot of shit flying at the camera. I love that 3D movies, which barely exist nowadays, are now like ruining themselves, like ruining movies from like 2010 to 2012 with all these stupid effects going towards the camera. Yeah, not a fan, but it does look pretty cool a lot of the time. There's a lot of cool action bits that I do like in this film. I still don't like that they just kill off characters left and right. There's this character who like is like a peeping Tom who like watches Mila in the shower and then gets immediately killed off. Like there's a lot of like there's a couple little feminist stuff like that in there. That's it's kind of fucking useless and dumb. But they really want to hit home that Claire's a badass. Chris is kind of an afterthought, but they try to, you know, make him kind of important, I guess. Kmart is back in this film. Good old Kmart. Gotta love Kmart. And towards the end of the film, we're kind of back in that, like, sci-fi style that the first films had. It's not like your old school, like, Matrix ugly computer screens anymore, but, like, it's actual, like, oh, this is what computers look like nowadays. Okay. So, I like that style that they brought back there, and when they are having this final showdown, like, you care just a little bit. There's enough cool action bits, and Wesker bringing his video gamey, like, fast moves. Like, it's either slow-mo shots or, like, extra speed shots. It's great. And then the film ends, and it ends with this another cliffhanger. I love that all these films have cliffhangers, so you just have to... You have to have more of these films. This one was probably the worst cliffhanger because it was a very like, we have our film, we're done here, we can wrap up this series, and then it was like, here's just like a little thing. It's not like enough that they, like if they wanted to end it here, they could have, but they're like, nah, we need to at least put in a little loose end so we can pull it back up later when we get the new movie. Cool. Anyway, that is what I thought of Resident Evil Afterlife. This one was probably better than most of the films, I would say. There's some actual good shit in here. It's still Resident Evil. If you don't like these films, you're not gonna like this one. It's a lot of the same shit. That being said, though, not a bad time. I'm gonna give Resident Evil Afterlife a 6 out of 10. It's whatever. On to the next one. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time with that, I leave.